missing someone.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is wanaidiy, and today we are going to be doing a how to revise for GCSE languages. I did Spanish, so I'll kind of be focusing on that one in particular, but I'm sure you could just use these for pretty much any language. So yeah, let's get straight on with the video. Before I begin, however, I just wanted to say that this video is a collab with First Rate Tutors. I will have their channel linked below. They have a bunch of great revision resources and other like revision tip videos, so yeah, be sure to check them out. They will be linked below in the description. But yeah, let's get straight on with it. So most language exams are composed of 4 parts, and that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. Each of these are 25% of the final grade, so they are all as important as each other. And I guess reading and writing are kind of taken more seriously because they are proper sit down writing papers, so people kind of focus on those a bit more, but they are all worth the same amount, so should all kind of be focused on the same amount. So I'll probably just talk about each paper first, I guess. So I'll begin with the listening paper. I have my notes here as always, just so I don't miss anything. So yeah, so one of my main tips for this one would just be to use audio recordings and actually practice listening. So audio recordings from past papers, from revision guides, whatever, just audio recordings to actually properly practice it. And one of the really hard things of listening is, I'd say, numbers, because I think numbers are really easily mistaken and they can be mixed up very easily. So learn your numbers well, I'd say, for this one. And while you are listening to the actual the actual thing, while you're listening to the paper, you have to write down, I think, keywords, just so you can remember them, and it'll be quite obvious, I think, what topic it's on. But so just write down the keywords so you can use them to refer back to the question. And while you are revising, afterwards always go and look at the transcript of the audio recording, so then you can just go around and highlight anything that you might have missed, or any numbers you mixed up, things like that. So always go back and look at the transcript, because I think that is such a useful thing that you can do. And now we are on to speaking. So the speaking exam, again, 25%. For wjec, what we did, we had a photocard which you had to kind of explain what was going on in the picture, and then we had a role play, which is your teacher kind of gave you a scenario and you had to just kind of play along with it. And then we had the conversation, which was your teacher just asked you a bunch of questions and you had to answer them. So for the photo card, what I would recommend is you have a list of words and phrases that you can just refer to, that kind of general. So you can be the girl is doing this, the boy is doing this, there is so and so in the top corner, there is something in the bottom right, behind the people there is something, on the table, under the table, on the chair or something. Just general things that you could kind of just put into any sort of situation, so you can kind of just use these and put them in. So you should have around 10 things you should aim for to say about the photo card. So if you just have these little phrases ready, then you can easily just go along with it. And my teacher actually made us a sheet with all these, so if anyone did want it, I can probably dig that out for you. And I think one of the most important things for the conversation part is it's just not really feasible to learn answers to every single question you might have. So I think the most important thing is just to know your sentence structures, easily be able to kind of make up those sentences. So yeah, that's probably, I think, the best way to go about the conversation. So then we are on to the reading paper, and half of this paper is in English and half of it is in Spanish. So one thing that I think a lot of people kind of at the beginning are kind of weirded out by is what language do you answer the question in. So if the question is asking you in English, always answer in English, and if the question is asking you in Spanish or whatever language you're doing, you answer in that language. So yeah, be sure to kind of make sure you do that, otherwise that could probably be a good 10 marks lost if you just mess it up on one question. And I think for this paper, one of the most important things is that you know your tenses, because tenses are honestly, you probably won't like learning them, let's be honest. It's just not fun, but it is one of the most crucial parts. So you have to know your tenses. And also learn the question words, so who, what, when, where, why, how, stuff like that. So you actually know what the question is asking you if the question's in Spanish, and you don't want to just go and answer something wrong. So you do need to know these question words, so what is on the table or something like that. The questions are obviously going to be a little harder than that, but just know the question words so you can answer them. And I think for the reading paper, the most important thing you could do is just practice the comprehensions. So comprehensions in Spanish and the questions are asking you in English, or the questions asking you in Spanish. I'd probably say it's kind of easier to have it in Spanish because you don't have to translate things, and you can just copy it right from the text. So I'd probably prefer the Spanish ones, or whatever language it's in again. But yeah, just practice the comprehensions because that is a very, very important part of the exam. And finally, we are on to the writing part. So for this, you need to know your sentence structures, your grammar, your tenses. A lot of people think writing is one of the hardest, but you just have to know your kind of basic structures and stuff. And if you've practiced a few, they always give you the same kind of style of question. So it's either a discussive one, or it's write a letter about this, or just talk about a holiday, or they always ask a few different tenses though, because they want to check your tense understanding. So you need to know your tenses. Honestly, it's just one of the most important things, so try and just get that nailed early on and you should be good to go. And basically you just have to practice and practice writing, because the more you practice, the better you're gonna get at it. And finally, I'm just going to talk a little bit about vocabulary and just getting better vocab kind of grasp. So for wjec, there is a very, very big document with basically a bunch of words under every single topic that will just be really useful to know. So my Spanish teacher gave this to us very early on in year 10, so basically September of year 10 we had this, and she just said go through this and learn a few words every week or whatever and you'll have it nailed. We obviously hardly any of us did that, but if we did, it would have been so useful. And once we got halfway through year 11, we all just realized how useful this thing really was, and we were using it so much more often, and we were literally seeing our work just get so much better. So I really wish we had used it from earlier on, because it is honestly such a useful thing, and I really recommend any of you using it, because it is a language. So even if you are doing a different exam board, it would still be so useful for you to just use it, because I mean, they're not going to change the language for every exam board. They're not going to just change that. So just to learn your vocab, I would definitely recommend it. And if you just check the wjec website, you should be able to find that. If not, I'll try and link it down below, see if I can find it. But we did get like hard copies of it. So yeah, I will try my best to find that. And another thing I'd say is Quizlet is honestly so useful. I think my Quizlet's linked in like every video, but for languages especially, honestly, it's like one of the most useful things. And you can just make sets, and I had Quizlet Plus as well, so I could just scan a document and it would like translate it for me, and I didn't have to like type everything out. But a lot of my friends made them. We just shared them with each other, and Quizlet is just so useful. You can use all my sets, they are linked below, and I have like tons of sets made for GCSEs, so be sure to use those. And finally, I just want to say that past papers are essential to revising, not just for a language, for literally any subject. Past papers are absolutely essential. So they let you learn the exam technique that you'll need, the timing, they let you learn what your weak areas are and how much progress you've made. You just need to do exam papers. So I'd say around the beginning, just do a few questions here and there. But when it gets closer to the actual exams, you need to just fully, like, under exam conditions, timed and everything, just do the exam questions or papers or whatever, and then look at the marks, mark them, and then you can just like see where you've gone wrong, stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up and comment down below anything you'd like to see from me in the future. Be sure to go and check out First Rate Tutors, they are linked below. And also on my jewellery business Instagram account, it's linked below, but it's called @Inara by WH. There is a giveaway running for reaching 200 subscribers, so be sure to go enter that if you're looking to win some nice jewellery stuff of your choice. So yeah, be sure to go enter that. It's in the description, my jewellery, or you can just search it up onto Instagram. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.